Mikrofones. Dili kena swali keke?
Good evening, everyone. Today we are on day 3 of the 7-day journey. I hope you are enjoying the process, and today we'll be doing wound healing and regeneration. For this, I would like you to lie down on bed. Okay. I will be taking you to your in utero memory, and we'll see what surfaces. Before this, I would like you to understand that Diksha, it is not possible to share the instructions in chat. Okay. So, yes. So we have to lie down on the bed and ensure that my voice reaches you. Okay. At any point of time, you feel you are drifting, it is okay. Sometimes it is very difficult for us to see those memories and relive that experience, and therefore resistance may come in the form of we may feel like sleeping, and especially when we are lying down it is more prominent. We may feel like that we are drifting, we are hearing the voices but we are not able to make sense of it, and that all is absolutely fine. The only thing needed here is whenever you come back, whenever you are okay, you can repeat this exercise. Just do not repeat this exercise when you have just had your meal, because sometimes the pain is such that clients experience a lot of catharsis. They feel like crying. Okay. And just because they have eaten the meal and have lied down, it may feel like nauseous, or they may feel like puking or vomiting. That's the only reason that we do not recommend just after the meals. Okay. And for this, I would request all of the participants to please come on camera so that I can see how you are regressing. If I feel that someone is not, then I can help them and guide the instructions accordingly. Okay. So please come on the camera today. Lie down and just arrange your setup. Jasmine, you need to tilt your camera so that I can see your face clearly. Payal, your camera is blurred, so I cannot see you. This is fine, Jasmine. Thank you. You have to remove that blur setup. I guess the background is blurred in your settings. Jasmine, even you have to remove that blur setting of the background so that I can see you clearly. Chandrani, Paramita, Diksha, if it's possible, please come on the video. It will really help. Deepti, I would suggest remove one pillow and just keep one pillow. Okay, that will be easier for you. And if you are wearing some tight clothes, especially in the navel, that is any lowers which are tight, just loosen it up so that it is easier for you to release. Chandrani, Parumita, Diksha, I would once again request you. Okay, Parumita, but I won't be able to know whether you are in that space or not. Chandrani, what about you? Chandrani, it is possible to sit and do it, but I would suggest lie down, because in some space we will be going to the fetal position and then it will be very difficult for you. And this is a quite long process. So you may be tired and overwhelmed. So I would suggest that lie down, but if you don't feel like, then I leave it on you. Okay. Lie down, everyone, and open your eyes. No worries. Thank you, Chandra. Yeah. Open your eyes and find a spot on ceiling. Okay. Find a spot on the ceiling and just look at it without blinking your eyes. Jasmine, Diksha,
Can
let's
you hear
start
me
with the.
now?
Yeah, I can.
My audio was not connecting, so I finally.
Jasmine, it will take an hour, not more than that. Okay, so just lie down and find a place in your ceiling, any spot in your ceiling, and look at it. Are you able to hear my voice clearly? Just nod your head. Payal, what about you? Yeah. Okay. Now just inhale and exhale. Do not close your eyes right now. Just keep on staring at the ceiling at that one spot. And keep on inhaling and exhaling. And see it for 10 seconds. And now I will count till 10. And then we will blink and sleep the same, okay? So just stare it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now as I will ask you to inhale, you will open your eyes and see that spot again. And as I will say exhale, you will close your eyes. Okay, we will do this for 10 times. Inhale, open your eyes, see the spot. Exhale, close your eyes. Inhale, open your eyes. 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 Exhale, close your eyes. Your eyes are getting heavier and your breath is relaxing. You are able to hear me, and if you feel discomfort of any kind, you can come out as well. We are going to revisit your home. Just close your eyes and take 3 deep inhalation and exhalations. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now we'll be doing 3 deep inhalations and exhalations with holding. Inhale, hold. exhale. Again, inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, hold, exhale. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, become aware of your body. Become aware of the heaviness which is feeling lighter in your body. This heaviness doesn't increase your pain, rather it puts you at ease, at a deep relaxation state. And now as I count till 5, this state of relaxation will go deeper and deeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale and exhale. And now you are standing in a place. What kind of place it is? Just take a mental note down. What time of day is it? And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, you will see a big door in front of you. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you inhale and exhale, this door seems clearer in your visual. Beyond this door are 10 stairs. You will reach this door in 3 steps. We will take the steps together. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Open the door and you will see 10 stairs moving downwards. And at the end of 10th stair, there is another door. Just observe what kind of staircase it is. Is it well lit or not? What is the color of the wall? And together we will take the steps. You are on the top 4 steps. Step 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We are halfway there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have reached the second door. Observe this door. What is the color of this door? Which is the material through which it has been built. And slowly open the door. As you open the door, you see a big hallway. And at the end of the hallway, there is a third door. To reach that third door, you have to take the number of steps which is equivalent to your present age. So if you are 30, you will be taking 30 steps to reach there. If you are 50, you will be taking 50 steps to reach there. Okay? So what is your age now? Mentally tell yourself, see yourself in your present age. And as you take the first step, you get a year younger. Next step, 2 years younger. How old were you in 2021? Take these steps. As you take these steps, notice how this corridor looks like. Notice the flooring, notice the wall, notice the time of the day. Notice the overall vibe of this place. Keep on taking steps. And as you keep on taking steps, you will be reversing in your age. And finally, at age 1, you will be reaching that door. Take your time. And as you reach that door, just show me a thumbs up. You lying down, just put your hand above and show me a thumbs up as you reach that gate. Keep on taking steps, keep on taking steps. As you keep on taking steps, you will be reversing in your age. Notice the emotions and those who have reached the step and reached that gate. I want you to breathe here, pause here, become a 1-year-old in your body. Become aware of the sensations, your emotions, and your feelings. And notice the state. How does this door looks like? Is it a single door or a double door? What is the color? And as you observe this door opens on its own. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And now with each step, you will be getting a month younger. Remember, you are an year old. A year-old baby is 12 months old. Now with each step, you will be getting a year younger. 11. If a month younger, 11 months old. 10 months old. 9 months old. 8 months old. Now you may have started crawling instead of walking. 6 months old. 5 months old. 4 months old. And now you reach the bed on which your mother is lying down. She holds you as a 4-month-old baby and puts you on the bed. Notice how she looks at you. Does she reciprocate all your emotions? Does she truly listen to you and mimics your actions? And as you keep on inhaling and noticing how she attunes with you, you get a month younger. Now you are a 3-month-old. You are lying on the bed alongside her. You are able to move your hands and legs, and maybe you can make sounds. Keep on inhaling and exhaling, and now you are a 2-month-old. Inhale and exhale as you become a month-old baby. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, you become a newborn baby. See yourself as a newborn baby, and your mother is holding you. And you can sense all her energies, all her emotions at that moment. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. If something shows up for you, do not stop yourself. Just relive it. And after 3 deep inhalations and exhalations, you will become a fetus in her womb. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And now you are a fetus in your mother's womb. See how this home looks like. Is there enough space for you to move? Or is it cramped? Is it well lit? Or is it dark? Do you feel safe here? Or it feels unsafe? Become aware of all the previous inhabitants of this home, all the souls who lived here, maybe for a long duration, maybe for a short while. Maybe they have completed their journey and have taken birth as your brother or sister, an elder brother or an elder sister before you. Or maybe they were not able to make it. Just become aware of the inhabitants, if there are any. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, become aware of your mother's emotions. How did she feel? Was she loved and supported during this journey when she was carrying you? Was she taken care of? Or was she going through any stress? Was your father there for her, emotionally and physically? Or was she all alone? Was she given all the things, all the food she craved for? Or did she have to compromise? You will know it intuitively. You may not have any conscious memory or any sharings of this nature, but since you are in her body, you will know it all. Because you breathe through her, you eat through her, you drink through her. And whatever emotions you experience it through her. See how she felt during this entire journey. Did she feel connected to you? Was she aware of your presence? Did she spend her time talking to you, cuddling you by placing her hand on her belly? Or was she preoccupied with something else? Just become aware of what she felt, how she felt. Take some time here and now communicate with her. Tell her as a fetus what all you go through, how you have felt in your life with respect to relationships, with respect to other people treating you in a certain way. All your worries, all your emotions, express all of it. Just empty yourself here. Have this conversation with her, which you never had before, which either you were too scared to say, or you simply didn't have the courage, or maybe you never felt that kind of connection with her. This is your chance to say it all, to express all of it. And as you keep pouring your heart, notice your mom placing a hand on her belly and you feeling the warmth of her touch. You can also place a hand on your belly and feel your mother's touch. And as you keep on inhaling and exhaling, feel her love through her touch and hear it in her voice. Dear child, I love you. I love you very, very much. I may not be able to connect with you as often I should or as often I would like to, but I would like you to know that you are a part of me and I love you and I'll always love you no matter what. You don't have to do anything to get my love. You don't have to prove anything to receive my love. You are loved just because of the mere fact that I am your mother and you are my child. And there is no bigger truth than this. And see, how does it feel when your mom hugs you, hugs her belly, and you feel that warmth of her hug as a fetus. Feel her love and see as you keep on feeling her warmth, her love, her affection. Does it change anything inside you? Does it change the atmosphere of the uterus? And let her tell you how much she loves you. And even though she is your mother and you have come through her, you will come through her. She lets you free, free to make your own life choices, free to take your own decisions. And even there would be times that she may not understand your choices. She may not understand what you are going through. She may not understand your viewpoint. She may not even agree to it. But that doesn't change her love for you. That doesn't change the bond which you share with her. And when you grow big and you take your own life the way you want to, you choose your own path, and she may not resonate with it, but she will continue to love you. She will continue loving you. And just feel this unconditional love of your mother as you are a fetus, a part of her in her womb. And as you inhale and exhale, and your mother connects with you at a much deeper level, see if something shifts inside you, if something changes inside you, if the womb changes itself. If there are any previous inhabitants in this womb who may be able to make it, who may not be able to make it, they still are part of your mom. Acknowledge their presence and tell them, I'm so fortunate to share the same house with. And even though there will be multiple occupants after you, what you share with your mother is very unique. It will not be divided. It will only multiply. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. Spend some time here telling your mom all that which you have never told her before. Even if it's a simple, "Mom, I love you. I need you. I need you at every step of my life. I so want your approval, acknowledgement, and appreciation. I want you to support me. I want you to be there for me today and always." And listen to your mother's voice as she assures you that she will always be there for you. Even if she crosses the other realm, she will energetically always be connected to you. And a part of her will be living with you inside. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. And now it's time to be reborn again. With 3 deep breaths, you will be rebirthing again. And as this time of your delivery approaches, become aware of your mom's emotion, her emotional landscape. Keep on inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And with 3 deep breaths, you will be out, taking the first breath on your own. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. And there you are in this big wide world, breathing on your own for the first time. And your mom holding you. And you're still connected with your mom by this cord. And as you see her being supported by her partner, your father, both of them looking at you, who is just a newborn baby, with all the love and kindness. Inhale and exhale. See them looking at you with wonder and amazement. How proud they are to hold you in their arms. See your mom being supported by her parents as she is reborn as a mother too. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And as you inhale and exhale, your mother holds you and takes you to her breast. Take all that life force from her as an infant, as a newborn baby. Suck her breast and take all the nourishment through her breast. Let it flow. Let it flow from her to you freely, and let it fill you with all the vitality in your life which you ever desire. Take it all in. And as you take her nourishment, take the life force from her, you become a month older. She recognizes every action of yours. She notices you and all the ways you take her attention. You both have found a rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Take this life force, which is so needed for you to thrive in your life. And as you suck her breast milk, see all the love, all the support, all the blessings, and all the resources you need ahead in your journey, filling you up. Inhale and exhale as you go bigger and become a 3-month-old. Inhale and exhale. Now you're a 4-month-old. You are lying next to her. See how she is playing with you, how she is connecting with you. Is it different from the time when you visited her as a 4-month-old in this meditation, in this exercise? How is it different from now? Just become aware of it. Keep on inhaling and exhaling. As you become a 5-month-old and then a 6-month-old. Now you are able to sit in front of your mother. The cord is still intact. And this cord will always remain. She will always send you love, nourishment, care, concern. She'll always supply all the resources to you at any point of time of your life you need. This cord is connected with her and you. And only love and unconditional love remains in this cord. And now, even though you will go farther and farther from her, this cord will still be energetically connected. And now, as a 6-month-old, you get down from the bed and you crawl and become a 7-month-old. With the next inhalation and exhalation, you are an 8-month-old. And maybe now you can walk on your wobbly legs and your mother cheering you from behind, telling you that you have so much of potential. Just keep on walking. She will be your biggest cheerleader. She'll always encourage you and support. And now you're 9-month-old, walking towards the same door through which you entered. With 3 steps, you will be a year old. Take the first step, you are 10 months old. The second step, you are 11-month-old. And the third step, you are 12-month-old, a year old baby. See the store again and see, has it changed from the time you entered here? Has the light changed? Does it feel bigger or does it the same? How is the overall atmosphere now? How do you sense it now? Just keep on inhaling and exhaling. And open the door. And you will see the same hallway through which you have reversed in your age. And now you will be taking steps towards that door, which will lead to the staircase. And with each step, you will be getting a year older. At this door, you are 1 year old. And as you take the next step, you become 2 years old. Keep on taking the steps till the time you reach your present age. Notice if there are any changes in this hall as you keep on taking those steps, reaching your present age. Do you experience the same corridor differently? How is it in your internal landscape? How do you feel inside? Just keep on inhaling and exhaling and take these steps and let me know when you have reached your present age. You can just put your hand and show me as you reach your present age. Keep on inhaling and exhaling and see this door. Notice the door as you have reached your present age. How does the door look like now? Is it still the same or is it different from the previous time? Keep on inhaling and exhaling. And now open this door and you will see 10 staircases leading upwards to the first door through which you entered the staircase. Together with me, take 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. We are halfway there. Step 6, step 7, step 8, step 9, step 10. And you have reached the first door through which you entered. Open this door and get inside that place once again. See if it is different from before. Or do you feel differently about this place? Ground yourself at the same place through which you have seen this door for the first time. Take 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You have come back to the present moment. This is 6th November 2023. Time is 6:53 p.m. India. And now slowly move your arms, your feet, stretch yourself. Stretch your hands, stretch your legs. Gradually, very slowly, open your eyes. Blink it for a few times. And take your time to get up and sit down. Be very gentle, very slow. And Deepti, now I want you to write down about your experience, okay? We'll wait for some more time for Payal and Jasmine to join us. Paromita, are you here in the moment?
Yes, I am. I am.
Yeah. Start journaling your experience, Paromita. Payal, take your time, be very slow, be very gentle, and come back to the here and now. Take your time to write down your experience. Jasmine, Jasmine, come back to the present moment. Jasmine, you can hear me. Come back to the present moment. It is 6:55 p.m., 6 November 2023. Jasmine, you are safe. You can come back to the present moment. Others, please write down your experience. Just write down your experience. Jasmine, can you hear me? Yes. Breathe, wriggle your palms, bring your palms to your face. Yeah. Blink your eyes there. Cover your face with your palms and blink your eyes. And very slowly, Jasmine, take your time, very slowly. Move towards your sides, get comfortable. And gently open your eyes. And slowly, very slowly, take time to sit down and then write about your experience. As you write down the feelings which you had as you were going through the staircase and when you were going through that hall, that corridor where you were reversing in age. Also define how it was when you were a year old, and then how you felt before moving to your mother's womb. What happened in the womb? How your mother reciprocated to you when you were conversing with her, sharing all your deepest emotions, which you have never shared with when you were having a conversation with. How it felt when you acknowledged the previous inhabitants of this home. How it was when you were delivered and your mother was supported. How it felt like, how the place was different, how the home was different after you had a conversation with your mother. How it felt to be energetically connected to her as you breathed on your own and moved ahead in your life. Whatever it is, just write it down. And then we will take your sharings and questions, if there are any. Let me know if any of you have completed and would like to share. Or if you have any questions or concerns. Yes, Jasmine.
So, for me, around 6:30, once my meditation was sort of like, it was disturbed because my alarm went off and someone came at the door. And after that, I just like, I don't recall any of the things that you're saying about talking to the mother and all of that. I just remember when we went down down the stairs. So I don't have anything to write as such compared to those things. But
Yeah.
some feelings, some words are coming up that I am
Yeah.
writing. And the only thing that I'm not feeling is that it feels like a lot of those feelings which are showing up, like a lot of anger and
Yeah.
this feeling of being forced to do something. It feels like all of this belongs to my mom.
And we will do the next exercise tomorrow, and there you will be able to release all of it. Okay, because we as children often carry all the emotions, all especially the suppressed emotion of our parents. Okay, and we believe as children, we believe that we are the cause of all the happiness and the pain of our parents. So we just take them, thinking that if we share it, it will lessen their pain. Right? While it is not true, it doesn't lessen their pain. Rather, it increases them because now they have to suffer from their pain and they have to see their children suffering from that pain too. Okay. So, Jasmine, I would suggest that whatever is showing up, just write it all down.
Just
And then,
feeling on paper, like
yeah, and
yeah.
it will help you. And then maybe tomorrow before the session, go through this exercise once.
That's what I wanted to ask. That since I slept through it today, should
Yeah.
I do it again?
Yes, you do it. And sometimes you may need 3 to 5 times to fully be absorbing conscious. Sometimes it takes that number of times. Okay. So if you feel that your work will be impacted, if you sleep long, then I would suggest do it before your sleeping time, but ensure that there is a time gap between your meals and this exercise. Okay.
So if I do it today, then I should have my meal, and then
Yeah.
after 1 or 2 hours, do it at
Yeah,
night.
you can do that, and then you write it down. Okay. There are certain times when you don't feel like writing down, and then maybe you can write down it the next morning, the first thing in the morning, but then it is not always feasible. So we always suggest our clients to write it down that time itself. Because when you will do the exercise second time, no, not a single time the experience will be same.
Okay.
And when you have that journal with you where you have written down your previous experience, you'll be able to make out how much you have changed from this time. So I don't recommend this exercise to be done daily, but maybe once a week, or especially during the time before your periods, that is PMS. This is very good time to do this exercise. It will help you release a lot of.
And as you're saying that sometimes we need to do it 3 or 4 times to fully
Yeah.
process it. But like before tomorrow, I may only be able to do it once, but that's okay.
Yeah, that is okay.
And in case I can't do it, then I just show up in any case.
We will continue the exercise. You can do the other exercise. The only thing is you may not be able to connect both of these, right? The only difference would be that, but it is not that you will not be able to release. You may be able to release certain things like the anger which is showing up for you. You just do this exercise, and even if you don't do it again, or if you're not able to do it again, you process this anger. That will also help.
Process this?
Anger.
Okay.
Okay, whatever anger, whatever irritation is coming up, just you will be able to process.
And some like when it started only, I started feeling a lot of pains and stiffness in my body.
And then maybe you will be able to connect it deeper, because then you will be able to see your mother from a different lens, who was a pregnant lady, how her experience was during this entire journey. Was she supported by people?
And when you say process the anger, like what do you mean? Like writing, journaling?
Yeah, anything which helps you release it rather than numbing it down. So oftentimes when we are angry, we either sleep, or we either, binge watch something, or we might do mindless scrolling. So that is all numbing out. It is not processing. Processing is when you feel that anger. You feel that anger, and maybe you feel like punching something, and then we often recommend using a pillow and punch it, maybe scream and shout and just release it out of your body.
Got it. Like feeling the feelings.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Payal.
So I went till the womb and only felt one feeling, and then probably I dozed off, and that was I felt a little bit of irritation, that she is irritated.
Yeah.
And I I don't even remember that you said that converse with your mother.
Mhm.
And I heard that you said who was the previous inhabitants,
Yeah.
but nothing came up.
Okay, so are you the first child?
No, the second. I have one elder brother. And also, I have done in August only, I've done one rebirthing retreat, and there was a lot of work which was done for the womb healing and all. So, a lot was released then.
Yeah.
But still, I am experiencing some heat, you can say, in my legs, and some pain in my right hip region, or you can say the sacral. And also now that I'm reconnecting with it, uh, I am having my periods, which is out of uh, date from last week itself. Although I'm going through my menopause, so as such dates erratic हैं, but अभी फिर से शुरू हो गए, मतलब लास्ट
Right.
2-3 days में. आई डोंट ये नो कि ये कनेक्टेड है जो हमने, क्योंकि फर्स्ट डे जब से काम किया है तब से. So now that you mention it, maybe it is.
Maybe it could be, and maybe it is releasing then.
Maybe. So I don't know. And it generally happens. Nowadays, it is happening just like that. So I don't know whether this is related or not, but I am experiencing this pain here. Just जहाँ वो टेल बोन और वो हिप या स्पाइन ऐसे मीट करती है उसके पास में towards the left.
Okay.
So
I would
I'm
suggest, Payal, in your case, that you go through this exercise once again. Because
okay.
no many times how much we have healed. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever we go back to our home, we'll have something different, a different experience.
Okay.
Okay. So
Huh.
just sense this irritation and see how this irritation affects you in your regular life.
So I am aware that it was her feeling. It's not my
Yeah.
feeling.
So when it is her and you're aware of it, then you can always give it back to her. And we will be doing it in tomorrow's session, that you will be giving it back to her. So before that, I would suggest that go through this exercise once again and see if anything else
Okay.
also shows up apart from this irritation.
Okay.
Okay. And if needed, I may tweak the schedule. Like if every one of you is feeling that we are carrying some unprocessed emotions of our mother, then we may do, that is tomorrow we'll be releasing it all, and then we may do one regeneration as well, where we'll be regenerating the bone mineral. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see how it takes to each one of you. And then I'm open to change it as per your comfort and convenience. Okay, but do this exercise once again. And today, whatever was there, just write it down. Okay.
I've written. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Paramita.
So ये तो पहले किया हुआ है, but as you said, every time you go down, you see. So there was a lot of grief. जैसे वो जो feeling होती है ना, मुझे कुछ नहीं मिला life में. I'm just stuck.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all I have to do is cook and clean. I'm so good, but मुझे that sense of loss was there, and I saw a lot of ancestors. So that is all had happened. But once I came out and once I took the love, it was good. But wo sense, the word is loss for me. I have lost so much in life.
And do you think that is it your feeling or is it your mom's
No.
feeling?
It is, this has not even hers, I will say. It will come from ancestral trauma. That is where it has come.
So, Paramita, in your case, do you feel a sense of loss even after you have everything?
Always, always, always.
Yeah, Jasmine, thank you for attending. Okay. And Paramita, how do you feel that you have everything? Do you feel guilty about it?
I don't know. I just felt that somewhere, sometime in life, I have lost someone. And there's no one that I have lost. I lost my father, was very young, but that is processed well. I've done the therapy and everything. But even when you have a lot of good things, that is when I feel that some losses happen. Like parties and friends and good things and awards. I have a lot in life, but that sense is always there. I keep saying, somehow it keeps coming to me. They took away my home.
Was there any migration or someone who really?
No, we are from Assam. We have no migration happening over here. We have been here for generations.
Okay. And when you say Assam, did any of your forefathers experience that fights, the distress which was happening in Northeast?
Might have, that I don't know. I know like till 3 to 4 generation, they were always here, but maybe before that, I don't know.
Yeah, because there was all these associations and that these parties, Ulfa and all, were very active in Assam.
Yes.
Yeah. And so maybe you may not have lost an immediate family member, or your mother or the ancestors may not have lost an immediate family member, but they might have lost someone very close,
Might be.
right? And this pain is there,
Yeah.
right? And I would also like you to explore if your grandmother experienced any kind of loss.
Might have. The first son she lost.
Yeah. And that is her. And was the son before your mother?
Before my father.
Okay, your dad.
Yes, yes. Dad had an elder brother whom
Yeah.
she lost when he was 15. And I have been experiencing since this when I was 15, if I look back.
Then in
It's
this
really,
case, Paramita, this is an identification that you have with your ancestor.
yes, ancestral trauma.
Yeah. So I would suggest that you take one session on this at least and
Yes,
resolve the entanglements. Maybe it can be done through family constellation as well. So if you are working with a therapist, you can connect with them. And
yes.
since it has come now on surface,
I will definitely connect because I always work with someone. I've been working with someone. So yeah, this is something that needs to get out. Thank you
yeah.
so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome, honey. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Deeksha.
Hi.
Hey.
So, I just wanted to share that I could not really connect today,
Mhm. Yeah.
and it felt very like I was not even able to describe when I was journaling. When you said, okay, write whatever. So I thought, okay, I can even write this as an experience that I could not connect.
Hmm.
And it kind of felt, I mean, when I was listening to your voice, it was feeling as if, it was feeling very fast, like I could not process.
Mhm.
Uh, and it wasn't like this throughout. Like I remember till opening the door, and then we took 10 step downstairs, and then after that each year, as you said, each step you're taking is for each year. So when we were doing that, it sometimes I mean, it felt like very doing, when you have to put a lot of effort to imagine that and connect, and like nothing was coming by itself. It was
Then in
feeling like
that case, Diksha, you may need to repeat this exercise maybe 3 to 5 times to connect, because in your conscious life, you feel, is it, I'm just guessing, do you feel a severe disconnection with your mom in
no,
your conscious self
no.
or in your inner landscape? Do you feel that you resent her, or maybe you feel that she should have done certain things or she should not have done certain things to you, and
Yeah,
you hold herself accountable for that?
yeah. But like for the past things, I've kind of like I also have a I don't know how deep this acceptance is, because so many triggers kind of remind it, But there's also a certain level of acceptance or peace which comes by the understanding that it's okay, it's in the past, and healing is our responsibility, and it happens sometimes,
So understand one thing, Diksha,
But
that
what troubles me
under
is what happens
yeah.
today. Like, when because I still live with them, so I live with them, and I see a lot of generation, like so many different things, and then I have to like whenever I stand up for my say, their like their way of living, or their suggestions are so different from the path that we are walking in. So it kind of feels very like it takes a lot of energy, because everyone in my family is very strong opinionated, like very strong opinion for everything.
Diksha,
Like,
understand this thing that every person is human, and cognitively understanding and accepting that, okay, I have to make peace with my past, and this is my responsibility. Cognitively understanding it is very different from embodying it. What you have done is you have cognitively accepted that my parents are the way they are. They cannot change. Only I have to change, and only I have to accept and be forgiving and let go of the past. But all these things, when you do it cognitively, you might think in certain ways. You might change your thinking slightly for some moments, but it will not have a permanent effect because the trauma lives inside your body. Okay, so you have to work on your feelings, teacher. You have to feel that anger. You have to feel that suppression. Since you mentioned that every member of your family is very strong, opinionated, in
But
that
I
case,
do feel it. I don't suppress it, and that is what I've been doing. I've also realized, like, I also feel that sometimes re-narrating that stories again and again, or feeling it again and again and again, like, doesn't make sense. Like, I also see
that's
that
what I say. If you will
going to
keep
that
on
pattern of
thinking of
always blaming
finding
other person.
sense, if you will keep on finding or making sense of it, then this journey is not for you. I'll be very blunt here, Deeksha. I'll not sugarcoat it. Since you mentioned that you're always scared that your resources will run up in this journey as you keep on healing yourself, I want to tell you that if you're making sense of things, then this journey is not for you.
No, but
You will
it's
have to feel
I
it
was
maybe
told
hundreds of times until you go to a layer where it makes peace. Literally, you feel that happiness and ease inside. If it is still triggering you, if it is still affecting you, and if you are still taking out ways through which you can divert your mind,
But
or
that's what I'm
you
saying, that I don't divert. Like even today, for example, I don't divert. So if anything happens, uh, I understand that sometimes the way I deal is unhealthy ways. Like I go and shout at her, or I tell her that this, everything. Like I try to explain in all possible ways. Sometimes I cry and explain, and sometimes and it doesn't go through. So I come back and sometimes I accept that it's okay. I can't make her understand, and but I
but
go through the entire process.
that is not the point. You don't have to make her understand. The truth is,
I
no
mean,
one
go and
will
try to have a
understand you.
conversation. I go and try to have a conversation.
That is what I'm saying, that you are going to have a conversation from a state of dysregulation to a person who is already dysregulated. It's not going to help. The conversation has to happen within.
So, so that's what I'm saying. I do that also. I don't distract. I don't divert. Like, and even when I do, even when I numb, and like you said, I need to pick up the phone, or so many coping mechanisms, which I kind of come back now. I realize so, and I realize this also, that it's been 2 hours. I did it, and then I come back, and I sense that okay.
But then
I
my question is, Diksha,
But
that yes, it's good that
I sit
you,
with it. Like even today, when I was going through the session, as I was not able to connect, but every time, then I was coming back to your voice. I was trying to go back into again to surrender the process. I was trying every time,
and
but
that's
I
what I'm saying,
could
Diksha.
not really feel it. It felt very imagine, like it felt too much of effort to
Exactly.
imagine that.
And then you have to sit with what is stopping you. When I say you have to sit with your emotions, you also have to process it and not just divert. You may not be distracting yourself and diverting yourself, and you will be sitting with it. But are you able to process it and release it? That's my question.
So I felt. I mean, so many times, yeah. Today, like by the end, I felt that it is feeling too fast. Like when I'm
Yeah.
listening, and then I'm like when you said okay now, and I was still at the previous, so I felt like now I have to jump.
And it will happen because at some point of time you might have lapsed. And then the moment you come back, it feels like, oh my God, so much happened first. I have to jump. That's why I'm saying it is very important for you to revisit it 3 to 5 times. And even after it, if you are not able to feel it in your body, then I think you should really take 1:1 head. There may be a lot of things to process. But before committing to your resources or before committing your journey to it, okay, yourself to this journey, I would suggest that go through these exercises once again. Okay.
And what
And
do we do when, like, for example, by the end I realize that it's feeling too fast?
it's just because you are not surrendering, and it is okay. You don't have to feel exactly what I'm saying. It might be very different for you.
I'm
You
just
just have to do it again and again, multiple times, so that you can actually make sense of it. Like others felt, like Payal felt that there was a lot of irritation which wasn't mine. And maybe she hasn't connected to her mother fully in the womb, but at least she understood that yes, this is where I will release. And when she will release, she may have to go back to the process again and see if something else stops her from connecting to her fully. So you have to do it multiple times. Like Jasmine said, she felt a lot of anger which was not hers.
and
So that
what
anger is stopping her. She has to may have to process that anger to reach
like I
out.
felt lost because so many things you were saying are we don't have memory of that, and I think at one
And
point you
it
also
is not about conscious memory, Diksha.
yeah, that's
Understand.
it. Yeah, right.
It is
So
genetic memory. How do we access our past lives? We
I
don't have
don't
any conscious memory of it. We do it through our genetics. How do we go to our ancestral issues? We do not have any memory of it. We go through the genetics. But for that, we have to be in our body. We have to feel the feelings rather than cognitively making out how is this process? Is it going this way? Why is she saying this? This is not needed.
no, so
Yeah,
I
these
wasn't
thoughts.
going through that. I wasn't going through this exact. I was in my body because I could feel a lot of pain here or sometimes in the legs. I was changing, twisting my position. So that was actually a sign that I was in the body because I was changing. Like one time I
So
took the
that was a
camera.
sign you were not there. Like your camera was on, and I could see that you were putting a fabric or a stole on your face.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
and
there was light, but I mean I
yeah.
was aware with for the body
But when
sensation.
when you are into this process, when you're fully into this process, you do not have any sense of where you are, what is the count, because you are in that journey, you're not here. That's what changes. That's what I say that you were not connected to your body.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
I mean,
could
I
sense
was
it
connected to the
with
process.
Deepti, she was there. She was fully there in the process. I'm yet to hear her experience. In case of Jasmine, I could see that she had dozed off very early. In Payal as well, I could see her. She was there for some moment and then she wasn't. Paromita's case, I couldn't know because I wasn't seeing her on camera. But in your case, I knew that you were not in the process.
That's what I also felt that
Yeah. So I would suggest do it multiple times, Diksha.
yeah,
Take
I'll
your time.
try.
Healing is not having, immediate effect. It's like staying in the process, being patient with it. Healing just teaches us one thing, and that is self love. And self love is being patient with yourself in all the ups and downs. It is okay. There is no rush. There is no, you know, nothing which is missing out. And sometimes resistance will also show up. Like these days, I am working on my chakra balancing. Okay. And the moment I was connecting more and more through my root chakra, I fractured my foot and I wasn't able to do any exercise. And then my teacher told me, this is once again a resistance. It is just a time to slow down, take rest, and then once you are fully recovered, you will have to come back to the process and start from the scratch. So these things also happen. Sometimes your body forces you to rest because you are constantly doing and doing. So stay with your body, feel it. And if you're not feeling the process, you don't have to push yourself or force yourself. You can, if you're not in the process, you can come back. You can journal what happened, what kind of irritation you're experiencing, and maybe some later day. You can go through it again.
Again.
The entire process needs one thing, which you have to be very patient, very gentle with yourself. If you will not be gentle with yourself, if you will not understand yourself, who will understand?
Mm.
Right?
There's one thing I just realized. So what so many times as you were navigating through sentences, sometimes I was increasing the volume, and then sometimes suddenly it felt very sharp, and I was decreasing.
Yeah,
And
because you were not there, you were not in the process. Otherwise, sometimes the person who is regress may not be even able to hear the voice. It happens that way as well. So we have to consciously increase it. The more we see that the client is regressing, the reason why I asked you to put on your camera so that I can see your body relax. Like your shoulder starts drooping, your breath becomes shallow. There are certain signs through which we realize that this person is in the process and this person is not in the process. And it is okay. There is no right and wrong
So we
here.
need to be very, so next time, if whenever I do, I need to be in very relaxed position.
Yeah, you have
And
to
if
be
I'm
like
not
you were
feeling
into
that,
very rush
for example,
process.
like
You
I was
even
feeling a
joined
lot of
it.
stress. I don't know if you noticed, so many times I was adjusting my pillow, even after
Yeah.
I was feeling a lot of pain here, and that's there with my spine. But like sometimes it happens a lot, sometimes it is less. And it was too much. Like this was taking a lot
I'm
of.
very, yeah. And when you keep on saying this pain, I'm curious to know, and you can personally message me, or you may be, you may reflect on this. That how is your relationship with your father?
I mean, what do you mean by when you say how? It's
How is, so whenever we say how is the relationship, we don't mean how do you meet and greet or outwardly. You may be respecting him, but how do you feel inside when you see him? I will take you to the mother and father exercise tomorrow, and maybe day after tomorrow we may need to do regeneration, and then after we'll do the father exercise. Then you will be able to identify how do you relate with him at your emotional landscape. So at these after these 7 days, you may be having a lot of insights about your own emotions, which you are not acknowledging before. So I'll just ask you to be patient with yourself, and after 7 days, maybe repeat these whole exercises day by day and be gentle with us. Okay, sometimes when we are not into mind work, we need some time to be connected to our body. Okay, and since this is very new to you, it may be difficult for you. Okay, stay with this and repeat it at your own pace. Okay. Yes, Payal, you wanted to say
so
something?
I'm just dropping.
Yeah, sure.
So I want to say one thing to Diksha. Can I say, Diksha?
Yeah, please
Uh,
go ahead. If Diksha is
Diksha, I've been doing or learning behavioral science for last 17 years now. And when I started this journey, there was this one exercise which my mentor gave me, and I was a very logical person. So he would just say that sit down and be with your body, nothing else, no book, no phone, and just तो वो 3 घंटे मैं रोज दिन में सिर्फ अपने साथ बैठती थी. तो ऐसा नहीं होता कि नहीं बैठा जाता, बट आफ्टर दोज 3 months व्हाट हैपेंड वाज कि अगर मेरे नाखून में भी सपोज प्रॉब्लम है ना, that is how I got connected to my body. Otherwise, initially I used to feel so restless कि अच्छा कुछ करना है क्योंकि we've been trained ना टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना है, ट्रेनिंग. So that is what helped me so very much because इतना ड्रॉप हुआ वहां पे माइंड कि बस बैठना है. घड़ी अलार्म लगा के इधर उधर डाइवर्ट होता था तो फिर अलार्म बजता था, हर आधे घंटे में अलार्म बजता था. 3 घंटे for 3 months. That's what I did. That was my first exercise. So it helped me a lot. If in case you feel that kind of कि continuous thoughts आते रहते हैं, if that this exercise might help you. So that's just a sharing.
the only thing is that we need to slow down. We need to actually, and it will
Yes,
take
just
time
sit with
because
ourselves
we
कि वो
have conditioned our mind, right? We
yes.
continuously, if throughout our life, पढ़ाई करो, याद करो, solve करो. We were so much into mind that it is very
हाँ,
easy to dissect information. And
तो
the
just
moment we
बैठो.
start
उन्होंने बोला था
feeling,
सिर्फ बैठना है. हाँ,
the
सिर्फ
moment we
बैठना है,
start
कुछ नहीं
feeling,
How,
करना
it's
है.
very
what you used to, I have just one question. What you used to do when, uh, so I have been trying this from last 1.5 years, but it came to me, the journey. I mean, I have not through any mentor. Somehow something happened, and I say this also that that was maybe the first time I came to the body. So since then, it's just been 1.5 years. Sometimes I say that I'm 29, and I feel that return to the body is so new. Like it is so new, like we have
हम्म.
lived here for entire life here.
Yes,
It is so
yes.
new. So sometimes I say that maybe all the kinds of pain and sensations and things I'm having, because I have this memory that I was very sensitive to like light and sound and even taste since my childhood.
Were you a premature child?
No.
Were you a preterm child, or was your birth a little difficult, or maybe after you were born, were you kept in incubator?
No. But my mother told me one thing that day you shared the question. I know I ended up having a little conversation with her. She said that when I was in her womb, she got this, that is the time she got this jalan, in the body, like heat sensation. So she has it till now, like different parts she feels very, and I also have I feel intense heat or intense cold also, eh, like intense sensitivity to different touch. But she told me that that came to her only when I was in the womb. And since then, so that is what I know. But so what I was asking, that when I realized this, so I was saying that maybe the kind of sensations we feel in our body, it has always been there. And as a coping mechanism, we learn to go here. And also from our environment, we learn that the way we have been trained all our lives and the kind of life we live. So from last 1.5 years almost, since I'm not working, and I was also at the mountain, so it kind of pushes you when you're living alone in a mountain for a very long time, you cannot sit with this all the time. So it kind of really pushes you. So for me, it happened that way. And I also did Vipassana 2-3 years back. So I kind of remember that, okay, sit with this. But now I feel that it is very I feel the pain in so many parts, like so
That is
many
just
parts.
your that is
So
just your
how do you
cognitive mind bringing your awareness there.
So pain is basically, I feel pain is good. Normally they say that pain is bad because pain tells us that this
Yeah.
part of the body is seeking your attention.
Yeah, you
Yes.
just
You
have to
just have
pay
to do
attention.
that,
Yeah.
sit with that pain and it will get released.
Yeah, so that happens. Exactly what I was coming at. Sometimes I've observed that it is too intense, but when you actually, it passes by. If we can really,
Yes.
it really passes by, no matter how intense it is. But so many times, like for example, from the morning, I'm feeling my entire back is like very stiff, and I took hot water bath, I did sekai, everything, but it is like I'm not able to sit with it. It's feeling very painful. So because you said 3 hours, I just wanted to ask that, do you use any tools
You
or
don't have
anything?
to do it.
Nothing. That's the matlab, principle because like educationally I come from a computer science background. तो वो पूरा दिन आईटी में बैठ के जब हम काम करते हैं तो दिमाग वैसे ही चलता है. उस दिमाग को अगर बोलो बैठ जाओ तो उसके लिए बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है.
Thank
So
you,
I used to be
Paramita.
very jittery. I used to be very jittery. But then the exercise was just to sit down. तो होता था अच्छा ऐसे बैठो थोड़ा ऐसे करो थोड़ा. So I would do. But
And you
then
don't have to
slowly,
do it for 3 hours, teacher. You
हाँ
can start gradually with 5 minutes and then increase
हाँ
it to six
No, no,
minutes.
why I asked this is because I kind of do this uh, because I left my job. So then, and I also, I mean, somehow it came to me, it happened to me that I initially, that I've learned, like I do this when I keep my phone away, everything away, and then I just sit with myself. And sometimes and that's where I said that kind of sometimes a lot of realization comes that shit, it's been 40 minutes that I was here. And sometimes a realization comes that it's just been 2 minutes if you have phone nearby or someone called, that it's just 2 minutes, but the amount of traveling I did in my bike. So you keep coming back here and tapping the body and then go back. So that happens. And
Another thing, Diksha, what I really feel will help you at this stage, maybe you are not ready for inner child or somatic work a lot, but then in this case, EFT tapping might help you a lot. Start gradually with EFT tapping. There are lots of videos on YouTube, or you can search a practitioner as well who just does EFT. Maybe do it for 2-3 months and then move to somatics. Okay? Not everything is meant for everyone at that point of time.
yeah.
Okay? So I would suggest then search EFT, start with gentle EFT practices, do it multiple times a day, and then it will help. Okay. And then maybe when you will be able to release it easily through EFT, then you will be able to dive deeper into the roots of it. So be gentle with this. Okay. Yes, Deepti, you wanted to say something or share your experience?
Uh, yes, actually, just sharing a little more of where Diksha was trying to be a little curious and understand how she can stay in the body and what Payal shared, no? I just felt that maybe I can bring something into the space that can be very helpful. So I'm a deep healing and a transformation coach facilitator myself, okay? And something that works extremely well with my clients when I am supporting them on their journey is I call something as the power of the pause. Okay. So, in the first, yeah, if you're aware of that, what I do is I encourage them to set an alarm on their phone every 2 hours for just 1 minute each. Okay. And the first whole week after our engagement, I encourage them to just very consciously stay with the breath for that 1 minute of a break that the person is taking, okay? And something that we do continuously has a tendency to become continuous all the time, like whatever we do in short intervals, right? And this interval, because this is timed with the neuro pathways as well, it shifts the magic very beautifully, okay? And then what I do is I piggyback this little window to bring about deeper changes in them. So then, the next week I will ask them, okay, now I want you 30 seconds focusing on the sensation over here while you're breathing, and the next 30 seconds how it's feeling in your overall body,
Yeah.
because by that time I've already connected them to their somatic awareness, right?
Yeah.
And then let's say if I'm working with something that has to do with gratitude in one of the engagements, right? So then that 1 minute window we tap into from the gratitude perspective. So when it's difficult to sit for longer durations, this 1 minute pause like
Yeah.
really helps, so
Indeed.
that is quite there. Yes.
And how was your
And
experience in this?
absolutely. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for holding space and processing it so diligently for us throughout, however well you planned. And I'm really thankful for the other participants also who are jointly holding space for us to go through this journey together, And I have been aware of my mother wounds, father wounds, and I've been working on them myself the past so many years, right? And this is like unpeeling of the onion, right? Like every
Yeah.
time a new layer comes up. So in today's session, like when it was like surprising that not like through the journey or the regression, I did not feel it all so much at that point in time. But the minute that I picked up the journal and the pen, I felt so much of my mother's anger come up at that point in time, and I was just being aware, and then I was being compassionate while journaling and releasing also. Of course, I felt a lot of fear in my mother, like through the journey, and that's something that aligns with all the history and all of that. I believe my mother was very pressurized to have a boy child. Like I'm the second child, the mid-born, right? I have an elder sister and I have a younger brother. So I am aware that the dynamics have been where I have a lot of the rejection wound, the abandonment wound, and I've worked on those aspects of myself. So while I was in the womb, also, I could feel that my mother was not available to connect with me, to talk with me, to nourish me, right? And also, she was in that space where she didn't want anybody else after me. Okay, but I believe she was not given that sort of an environment to have her say, and she did not quite feel supported enough. So it was natural for her to not be able to support me in that way, right? So when we guys were coming out of the regression and while we were taking those stairs one year each, oh my God, I was like, I was getting the nourishment or the good energy and everything that I need. I was like legit plundering it, like, जैसा होता है ना, like you get a festive carnival or something, loot लो जितना चाहिए, like that type. So I was quite doing that. And I think this is like very divinely timed also, because just earlier in the afternoon today, I started spotting like I'm on my menstruation cycle. So I was feeling a lot of the period headache and all of that setting in till the time I get a flow, right? The few hours are a little difficult. So this happened, and after that, I could feel a lot of acid reflux and headache also, which I believe is my mother's, because my mother has had these issues that she's been dealing with, right? And I'm aware that they've been genetically also passed on into me, and I've worked with them. But yes, right now also, while I was holding that space, all of that was really, really coming up quite a lot. I think I have so much more to look forward to in tomorrow's session again,
Yeah. And I would also suggest, Dipti, that since you mentioned that there is this genetic case of, acid reflux and all. So this generally happens when there is a lot of undigested emotions. Yeah? So in your case, you don't pass it on to the next generation. Work on your undigested emotions. All the words which you were not able to say, since you mentioned that, there was a lot of pressure on your mother. So you might have felt that pressure in other ways, and you might have coped up it in other ways. Since you are working on yourself, keep working on it, because it's like it's an endless journey. And
Absolutely. I
the more
so
you
agree
work
with
on
you
it,
on that.
the
Yeah,
more you work on it, the more you uncover those deeper layers, and sometimes you will be amazed at the synchronicity of how your inner child experiences is still affecting you in one way or the other. It is so deeply into you. So just release all of it. I guess it will help you a lot.
absolutely. Yes, I intend to keep
And
carrying
yes,
on
I
that
also
release.
experienced the same thing, when I was experienced my mother's nourishment in one of the sessions. I was like, I was not willing to come out. And my therapist has to come out. You can go back to this visual again. And I was like, no, let me stay here. Because it's like you are so deprived of it. And suddenly it feels like you feel like an empty well that no matter how much you pour in, it just vanishes.
That's really true. And I also believe that what you were talking about, processing and numbing down suppressed emotions is so on fleek. Like before I was aware, my go-to mechanism for everything was, oh, take a nap, okay? I would just feel that my
Yeah.
sensory stimuli was overwhelming and I would just feel the need to shut down, okay? So I would just withdraw, go take a nap. And then when I woke up, then I would, because initially it was very hard to like even hold space in the body, like in your physical container to process, right? I'm like, okay, I'm going to respect and honor that. Then I would go for a nap. And then when I would wake up, then I would look at healthy uh, release mechanisms, like whatever worked. If I wanted to go for a run, a walk, sometimes I wanted to journal. And then that shifted, and now it really comes that, okay, if I need to process and if I just need to like tap with the pillow or like dig my head into the pillow or whatever and release it, happens. But yeah, that uh, autopilot of sometimes going in a process of numbing or distracting yourself than processing is something that we have to reteach ourselves time and again,
It may
no?
take time, and we may not be able to do it
All the
always.
time, yeah,
And that is
exactly.
okay too. It's not about, you have to reach a certain place. You have to enjoy this journey of who you
Absolutely.
are becoming. And
Yes.
and there will be times that you may have done a lot of self work and it doesn't shift anything outside you, and suddenly all of it gets integrated.
Yes.
It also happens that way. Like I was
Yes.
working with my therapist for 3.5 years, and sometimes I used to be itna work kar liya, फिर भी कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा. I mean, it's like nothing is changing, and suddenly all of those sessions got integrated. I feel that in just one shot, and I was able to see drastic changes. So your 3 days always lagging behind. in
That's
terms of
quite
your
true.
inner landscape. So what you are processing today, you will experience the changes maybe sometime later. And that sometime is very unique to each of us and to each of the experiences we do.
Sneha, I
That's
have two
quite true. And
questions.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, please. Deeply,
Deepti,
you
you
were
want to
saying?
say? Please, please.
yeah, may I just share one
Yeah,
last
yeah,
thing before
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
please.
wrap up? So, just one more realization I had while you were helping us through the regression, no? Uh, I just felt that I am now getting to a place where I am sort of becoming more accepting and a little more practical of the fact that there's going to be a time where my parents will move on to another realm, okay? And uh, being the uh, past emotional self that I was. Like I was very high on the emotional spectrum earlier, right? Now I've been on this journey for 10, 12 years and I've been able to move really gracefully on that scale. And now when I was processing how you were guiding us through it, right? And when you got us to that point into the journey, I just realized that after coming out of it, that also helped me to just understand that um, how I was not like judging myself to even uh, be okay if the occurrence of such kind of an event that really comes up, right? And I was like just trying to be practical about it while knowing that yes, it's going to be emotional and it's going to be hard, but there was this aspect of me which was in a way preparing for the acceptance or the practicality of whatever however it might really bring, right? Because when we have such complicated relationships with the mother and father both, and there are so many things that you are really helping and understanding and embodying and processing, you might not get a chance where you can convey everything to them, and they might not really be everything that you want them to be, right? And their passing over can be like so drastic and momentous and changing in so many senses because of all of these added parameters to that. And it just felt that yes, we can still hold a lot of place for the unfolding of something like this with grace in our hearts and compassion, and know that however energetically we've worked and however it has been, it will continue to be that no matter what. So that was very uh, touching for me, actually. Thank you so much.
We are willing to let go. The thing is, we are willing to let go because somewhere we know that they are still with us. And that eases us a lot of pressure, eases a lot of pressure. Because we are mortal beings, everyone has to go someday. But knowing that they are there with you changes the entire picture. You don't have any fear. You don't operate from any kind of fear then. You operate just from gratitude that yes, I'm here, I'm with them. And yes, even if they are not here, I will always be with them in my emotional lives. That is why we focus a lot on receiving your parents in your emotional landscape. Because then everything changes. And no matter what happens in outer reality, you don't feel disconnected. That is a very beautiful sharing. Thank you, Deep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
Payal.
So my question is that when we say the subconscious is intelligent and knows, so even suppose we drifted off during the process, the subconscious might have processed those whatever
Yes.
the instructions were. And so it's just that it is not in my conscious awareness, right?
Right.
So does it
So,
make any difference? So if I'm not aware of it, just an example.
so healing is
And
bringing conscious, subconscious things to conscious. If it has
no, I
not got
agree,
to
but
consciousness, then it will not change anything inside. Because what you are operating from is also subconscious, right? The irritation which you are experiencing is also subconscious. The moment you bring it onto the surface, then only you will be able to release
no,
it.
so I'll say that I became aware that okay, she was irritated, but did it impact me? No. I feel it? No. So I was just aware that okay, that she's irritated. While I'm in the womb, she's having that kind of irritation.
Then you might
I was
have
not
it.
con-
You might have it, but you may not be able to see it, or you may not be able to process it.
Okay.
This
So
is
then
a
the
high
process,
possibility. Then you have to just bring it onto the surface. You have to just see how it is affecting your life. Maybe
but I don't get
that
irritated.
irritation is maybe because you have worked a lot on yourself, it is not affecting
Hmm.
you now. That could be a possibility.
Okay.
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 Since you mentioned that you have been working a lot on yourself for so
Yes.
many years, so that is quite a
Yes.
big possibility now that it is not affecting you. But if you just view yourself before this journey started, you might be very
Hmm.
impatient as well.
Yes. Very.
So maybe you
Very.
have processed it, and that is why it is not affecting you now.
Okay. And my second question is that now my daughter is 20 years. Okay. So whatever work that I do or I am doing, how is it impacting her? Is it impacting her in any which ways? Or no, especially this kind of trauma work, wherein because we say we are energetically connected. So I I don't know about this. I just wanted to know, does it impact her?
Yes, it impacts. Even though your daughter becomes 50-year-old and you work on yourself, it is still
Huh?
going to change her life, because what is happening with us is that as a human, we are unconsciously carrying a lot of things. This is
Mm-hmm.
known as systemic conscious, where
Yeah.
in order to belong into the system, we are carrying the fates of so many people. And
Right.
those people who have come before us, that is our ancestors, they don't want us to carry their fate. They only want
Right.
us to acknowledge it, right? So the
Right.
more we acknowledge those people's fate, the burden of carrying those fates is released by the future generations. So if you work on those, your daughter will be released from these
Yeah.
burdens.
So what
One. And
recently what we did was, huh? Yeah, please,
second
please.
is a mother's heartbeat regulates the child's heartbeat even after the child is born and as the child has grown up or maybe living miles up.
Mm-hmm.
So when you keep on working on yourself and when you keep on working on your inner landscape of how you view your children,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It will automatically trickle down in your children. Like my kids, my elder one is 9 plus, and my younger one will be 6. And the moment I started the self work, earlier it was really very bad. My kids were having a lot of anger issues, they were having a lot of health issues. But in these 3 years, the more I work on myself, it's not that they are completely anger free, they have it, but they are also able to process it in a way they can, like 2 days ago, my young elder one came to me कि मम्मी मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आया, मेरा मन कर रहा है कि है ना मैं ना कुछ कर दूं. He was able to bring this
Recognize.
awareness, and he was
Yeah.
able to talk about it. Earlier he would start fighting, he would start shouting.
Right.
So those changes also, but it will take time.
Yeah.
And
So
also,
huh.
if you're working on yourself, you also have to remember that your daughter is coming from your husband as well.
Yes,
So she may have to face certain
I
things which
agree.
is coming from his side.
Yeah.
And
So
then
she's
she is a
working.
soul.
Yeah.
And then she is a soul of her own
Huh.
who has her own learnings and lessons. But yes, as a mother, when you keep on working on yourself, so there is
Hmm.
something we call as regression, which we do
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
something which is called as progression. And since time is non-linear,
Yeah.
we are able to send those healings into the future as well. So not only your daughter, her kids and their kids will also experience this.
Yeah. So we recently did that. That there was this womb healing going on, which was for say in August or something, wherein both of us enrolled.
Yeah.
So I did my womb healing, and I wanted her to be there because obviously my pregnancy was not that great. मतलब कुछ ना कुछ तो होता ही है. तो तो आई जस्ट वांटेड बिकॉज कि मैं इस एज पे कर रही हूँ वो जितना जल्दी इससे निकल जाए सो दैट.
But then you have to respect her journey.
हाँ, आई अंडरस्टैंड. तो मतलब एंड शी इज ओपन, शी इज डूइंग लाइक हीलिंग वर्क, शी डज हीलिंग वर्क, शी इज इनटू इट. So she was open and she did that. But especially for this regression work, I wanted to know, and this trauma work that we do, that is where I was not sure of it. So that is why.
In fact, it is the most important one, because when you release it from your body, it is no
Yeah.
longer a part of your genes.
Okay.
It is no longer a part of your genetic memory. You have reframed the genetic memory. Like if we'll just revisit the conversation which we had on a phone call,
Yeah, yeah.
you'll just revisit it. Now you have changed the genetics there.
Mm-hmm,
Then your offsprings will not be carrying that fear, because as you keep on changing, your
mm-hmm.
heartbeat will regulate with your child's heartbeat in that manner.
Okay.
It was difficult for me to accept earlier, but now as I'm seeing the changes in my kids,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to impact them even more and more. And your daughter is just 20. It's just 10 years. You know, her neurocortex started developing. And you
Mm-hmm.
have been working for more than 16, 17 years on yourself. So definitely it's going to have she is going to have a very easy life compared to what you had. Because she will
Yeah.
not be carrying all those burdens which you were carrying.
Yes. No, I see that she's very, very sorted as compared to any other
Yeah.
child her age. She's much sorted. She's able to, obviously, because the environment is such at our home that I am mostly coaching, counseling, so she hears all that. And also the kind of work that I have done, and I talk to her about all that.
Yeah.
So she is very, very sorted as compared to us. Obviously, she has her own issues, but I will get her into this. मतलब मैं उसको बोलती हूँ, and I always offer her this. ये करना है, and then she chooses not to
And you
or
know,
to.
even if she doesn't choose, what you can do, and this applies to all of us, that share your genetic history. Share all the traumas and the resources and the strengths to your child. Like this is
Mhm.
what my therapist told me. That आप जो भी feel करते हो, like even though both the pregnancies were very difficult, right? So now I ensure that हम कभी भी बात करें, even though my younger one is 6, I tell them that जब आप मम्मा के stomach में थे ना, मम्मा used to feel this, or this was my experience because मैं ऐसा feel. Now, the more I speak about them, they realize that it was because of my emotions, that it is not because anything which is related to them. So they
Right.
start separating it. So you share your struggles, you share it, and they will realize that how you behaved in those circumstances with her has got nothing to do with it. And that
Right.
will also help her to,
Ah,
demerge from you.
yes,
And that
I
will
understand.
also that will also act as a resource for her. So whenever she would like to, or she may need to go back, she will have all the resources, even cognitively, yes,
Right.
right? Then she need not to struggle as much as you did.
Yes.
So that is very important, that like for example, I don't share a very good harmonious relationship with my in-laws. So I don't stop my kids to be with them. So now also during their winter break, they are going and I'm not going with them. And they are like, Mama, why are you not going? I said, Mera man nahi lagta. And then मेरा मन नहीं लगेगा तो you will not be comfortable. फिर आपको मेरे पास रहना होगा तो आप सारी चीजें enjoy नहीं कर पाओगे. So I want you to enjoy, and then they are very okay with it. And now I have a very big extended family in my in-laws side, and they call and they speak, मम्मी नहीं आ रही है तेरी, and they're like, मम्मी का मन नहीं लगता है इसलिए मम्मी हमको भेज रही so that हम enjoy करें. So they are separating the stories, that this belongs to me, this feeling belongs to me, that I am not respected, that it doesn't belong to you.
Right.
So the more you have an open conversation, being vulnerable to your kids, showing them that you are a human too, helps them a lot in their journey.
Yes. That's what I do. That's what I do.
And she will have her own callings.
Yes.
She will find it at her own divine timing.
Yes. I know. ठीक है. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Deepti.
Thank
you.
you
Thank you
so
for your time.
much. Yeah, take
Yeah.
Thank
care.
you.
Have a nice
Yeah, take
evening.
care.
Bye.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
too. Bye.